Diana and the Secret of the Neon Forest. In a quiet corner of her grandmother's attic, Diana was busy exploring. It was a place filled with old trunks and dusty memories. Right by her side was Cheddar, a plump ginger cat with a tail that never stopped twitching. As Diana pulled a heavy velvet cloth off a shelf, a thick book bound in shimmering silver leather tumbled to the floor. "Look at this, Cheddar," Diana whispered, her eyes wide with wonder. When Diana touched the cover, the book didn't just open. It glowed with a soft, pulsing violet light. Cheddar let out a tiny mew and pawed at the pages. Suddenly, the words on the pages began to lift into the air, swirling around them like golden fireflies. The attic walls seemed to melt away, replaced by the scent of pine and magic. With a sudden whoosh, the attic was gone. Diana and Cheddar found themselves standing on a path of soft, glowing moss. Above them, the sky was a deep indigo, filled with stars that looked like hanging lanterns. "We aren't in the attic anymore," Diana said, gripping the book tightly. Cheddar's fur was puffed up, but his green eyes were bright with excitement as he looked at the trees made of crystal. As they walked deeper into the neon forest, the flowers began to sing. They were shaped like bells and hummed a sweet, tinkling tune. Cheddar tried to pounce on a floating bubble that drifted past his nose, but it popped into a cloud of glitter. Diana laughed, feeling lighter than air. In this world, everything felt like a beautiful dream come to life. Suddenly, a soft hoot echoed from a crystal branch. A small owl, with feathers that shimmered like a rainbow, drifted down to land in front of Diana. "Greetings, travelers," the owl said, bowing its head. "I am Aero, the guardian of the path. You have found the Book of Journeys." Diana blinked in surprise. "You can talk?" she asked. Aero gave a wise little smile. Cheddar wasn't sure about this talking bird. He circled Aero cautiously, sniffing the air. To his surprise, Aero didn't fly away. Instead, the owl hopped down and tapped Cheddar's nose with a wingtip. Suddenly, Cheddar's paws felt very light, and he began to float a few inches off the ground. He meowed in surprise, kicking his legs in the air as Aero let out a soft, hooting chuckle. "The forest is vast," Aero explained to Diana, "but the book will lead you home if you show it the way." He told them of the great bridge of whispers that they needed to cross. Diana thanked him and signaled to Cheddar. Together, the girl and her floating ginger cat headed toward the center of the woods, where a bridge made of pure starlight spanned a sparkling river. At the end of the bridge, Aero reappeared one last time. He held a small glowing seed in his beak and dropped it into Diana's hand. "This is a star seed," Aero whispered. "Plant it when you return, and you shall never lose your sense of wonder." Diana tucked the seed safely into her pocket and hugged the silver book. She felt a warm breeze begin to pull at her hair. The violet light from the book grew brighter and brighter, wrapping around Diana and Cheddar like a warm blanket. The crystal trees and the singing flowers began to fade into a blur of color. "Hold on, Cheddar," Diana cried out. The cat curled into her arms, his fur soft against her chin. With a final flash of gold, the magical world vanished behind them. Diana opened her eyes to see the familiar dusty rafters of the attic. The silver book lay closed on her lap, its glow now just a faint shimmer. Cheddar was back on the floor, his paws firmly on the wood, purring loudly. Diana reached into her pocket and felt the small, hard shape of the starseed. It wasn't a dream after all. She smiled at Cheddar, knowing their adventures had only just begun.